What's up, everyone? My name is Carmine, and you're watching Super Carmio. First things first, Happy New Year. I hope you guys had an awesome 2017. I know mine was really busy getting this channel started, as well as working on all the cars. And we're just going to roll through into 2018. And that's actually the purpose of this video, is kind of give an overview of what we accomplished in 2017 and what we're going to work on in the next year. Alright, so the first car we'll talk about is the Evo 8. So in the past few months, we've managed to install the FP71 HTA turbo, which is basically the equivalent of a Evo 9 turbo with a slightly bigger compressor, so it's kind of a hybrid of sorts. And we installed all of the supporting oil and coolant mods, so everything's good to go. I loaded ECU flash and Evo scan with a Tatrix cable, and while doing my initial login and so forth, I noticed that the AFR was reading pretty lean. So I kind of paused on that and tried to investigate to see what was going on. And I basically discovered that there was an exhaust leak, and I knew it was somewhere, and I figured it was like one of the most common spots on Evos, which is the donut gasket where the downpipe and the O2 housing meet. So I replaced that and still had the same issue. So I got one of these handy smoke testers off eBay that I'll link below. I think I spent around 60 bucks on it, and it was worth every dime. I basically found the leak within minutes. It was actually where the mid pipe connects to the catback. So once I got that all situated, new gasket, sealed it up, everything was perfect, and the AFRs are now back in tune. So we could start getting back into it. I want to get new FIC 1120cc injectors installed, make sure the fuel trims are good, and then take it to the dyno. And that will be part 3 of the Evo build series, which will complete the turbo upgrade. So up next is the NA Miata. We recently installed MegaSquirt 2 plug and play. We have the wideband sensor in, coolant temp sensor, so we're ready for boost. So the next steps will be to install our Flying Miata turbo manifold, the GT28 RS turbo, and then we'll also have to get some oil and coolant lines installed. So the hardware side is what we're going to tackle next. Obviously the software side is good to go, and once everything is all wrapped up, we'll get it dyno tuned. I'm pretty happy with how the Miata is driving now on the MegaSquirt. It's been pretty fun. It's a pretty easy and fun platform to tune with. There's just a ton of support and threads out there on forums if that's your thing. And it's pretty easy to pick up if you're just getting started in the tune-in realm. I've had some feedback about documenting every single step from the beginning to the end for a pretty modest turbo setup, so that's what I intend to do. So stay tuned for that. Alright, next let's talk about the rotary powered cars. So we have the FD and the FC. The FC's kind of just been hanging out, haven't really had time to work on that, just besides interior and just cleaning up previous owner messes. But the FD is pretty much in a good solid state. We've got our single turbo installed, it's tuned. I was planning on just doing E85 and retuning and documenting that, as well as then doing some more aesthetic and suspension mods. However, something big has come up. We are getting a Bridgeport, so if you guys don't know, that will produce maximum brappage. It's basically the equivalent of a high overlap camshaft or a piston motor, so that's kind of what gives it that distinguished sound. It's going to be a challenge to tune and just get it running properly, but I am excited about it and I'm looking forward to the challenge. So a little bit more about the motor. It has oil mods, which means that some of the passages have been enlarged just to enhance oil flow. It also has been dowel pinned and studded, which is basically the equivalent of like ARP head studs on a piston motor. So basically the whole sandwich of the rotors and the housings and so forth is strengthened. So I'm really excited to pick that up and swap it into the FD. What that means is we're going to take a perfectly good REW FD motor and swap that into the FC. So that's the new project that's going to come out of this, as well as getting the Bridgeport inside of the FD. The FC will now be turboed with the REW motor. I know originally we're going to do a 6-port NA turbo build, but this Bridgeport motor came up. Eventually it'll be a better plan with more potential since we'll have lower compression rotors. Plus, how cool is it going to be to have an FD motor in an FC? I haven't seen that too often, but there are obviously mounts. Angel Motorsports makes some to get the FD motor inside of the FC. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be a longer build, but should be pretty exciting. Okay, so up next are the German cars. So we have the B5 S4 and the OG S4, the S4. So the B5, what we need to do is change out the clutch and retune it on E85, as well as get the whole exterior of the car back in order, change out the suspension. So it's pretty minor. It should be a fun and easy build just to complete, and then maybe in the future we'll do something even crazier like 770 turbos or something like that. But I am looking forward to retune on E85. I think it should put down around 550 to the wheels. So it'll be a fun car, and I want to show it to you guys because I did promise it in that car check that I did. As for the original S4, we're going to get that to Atlanta. So that's the first step, just get it shipped from Connecticut to Atlanta. And then the very first thing I want to do is install standalone ECU so I could tune it on 93 and then also 85 and see what kind of numbers it puts down. We'll kind of get like a baseline. And then after that, we'll basically modernize the build. So we'll change out the injectors, the turbo. Maybe we'll even step up to EFR series turbo. As you guys can see, there's a ton of stuff going on. A lot of builds planned out, and it's going to be an exciting 2018. As for the directions and timing of the builds, I'll kind of follow what you guys are saying. You know, I'm going to look at your feedback and comments, and whichever cars are basically getting more feedback, I'll probably focus more time on. So just be sure to be involved and comment, and let me know which cars you want to see. Alright guys, well that is pretty much the summary of what 2018 is going to look like. For all of my subscribers, I really want to thank you for being a part of supercarmio in 2017. If you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button and join us. 2018 is going to be full of dope content, so I really want you guys to see all of it, and key will be for you guys to subscribe and keep giving me feedback and comments and all of that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.